Hey guys, I know it's been a couple of weeks. I have been sick and busy with family stuff, so tonight's video is about coping through or coping with the difficult, stressful times in your life, be it physical, emotional, and how to help your significant other see you through that. So, I'm probably going to be all over tonight with this video because there's a lot of things that I want to kind of focus on, but at the same time I don't want to get too involved in, with my memory issues. If I think of something mid-sentence, I'm going to have to switch to that real quick. Otherwise, I will forget it. I apologize about the Facebook beeping. Let me get rid of that real quick. Okay, so dealing with the hard times, whether it be physical, emotional, whatever you're going through. The best advice I can give on that is you need to be prepared, number one, especially if it's an emotional situation. You need to really be in tune with how your body reacts to stress, because I can tell you my IH flares really bad when I am stressed out, like really bad. The way I get through that, just be sure you have all your medications on hand. They're all, up to their refills because you don't want to run out. When you have your time, when you have downtime, just make it as low-key and relaxing as possible. Go to your room, chill out, music, whatever your thing is to get you through stressful times in general. That's what you're going to want to cling on to when, especially when you're stressed out and you have IH. Some of you, I'm sure, are going through school or have really, stressful jobs or whatever. And those things, you can't put those on hold. So unless you're willing to give those up, which I'm sure most of you aren't, you just need to, when you get home from work or school or whatever, relax as much as possible. Treat yourself too, take a hot bath. Maybe, I know a lot of people now are on the essential oils bandwagon, I guess. So, put some candles in the bathroom, add some oils to the bath water or bubbles, whatever. Just whatever helps you de-stress. If you do have a significant other, ask them, for a body massage because it helps a lot more than you realize. It really does relax, the body and the mind, and it just brings you back down to where you need to be. I know when I'm having really, really, really bad pain days, my husband will, rub my back, and it helps so, so much. Get your, whatever your, I guess, opinion is on alcohol. I know, if you're over 21, if you're at home, you want to kick back with a glass of wine, do it. If that's what helps you relax. I don't like wine, so I don't drink it. But, just, grab a cup of coffee, grab a book, just things that don't require much mind activity, if you will. things that you don't have to really pay attention to, things that you can get lost in, and just, forget and shut out the world for a few hours. If that's what you need to do, I mean, do it. By all means, find whatever helps you relax. I'm just giving you some examples of what I would do. The bath thing is my big one, and just being left alone, in the dark sometimes, that's all I need. And, when your significant other, I mean, I can tell you that my husband he's seen me through it all. And it's hard on him too. I know it is. And I think sometimes our spouses or whatever, significant others, I think they're at a loss of what to do, because a lot of times they can't do much to really help the pain. But I can tell you that from oh my goodness, excuse me. From my experience, with my husband, I can tell you that they need to be reassured sometimes. Just tell them. Be like, look, I'm hurting really bad. There's not much you can do about it. So just, be there for whatever I may ask you for. And try not to, put up much of a fight or resistance or, complain about what we ask for, because it could be really, really trivial, the things we ask. And in those times, we can't really handle much more of anything, we're in sensory overload as it is. And my husband has never done this, but I have heard stories of, people's boyfriends, fiancés, all that, of kind of belittling and berating them, how they feel as if they're a babysitter and it's too much for them, and that's horrible. If you find yourself in a situation where you are involved with somebody like that, you really need to set them down and just have a talk with them. I got sick after my husband and I had already met, so we were both new to this, and we both learned together. But, for the ones who had IH before meeting their significant other, I'm sure that can stress them out, more than they know what to do with. Because they do feel, obligated to, be that caregiver. I don't want to say babysitter. But that can be really stressful on some people, I would imagine. But, I tell my husband, just, whatever I may ask you to do, just please do it without, without asking questions why, or not, taking your time to do it. Another thing is, you cannot, what I tell my husband a lot, as much as you see me go through, and as much as I tell you, at the end of the day, you don't have this, and you cannot possibly understand. And he agrees with me wholeheartedly. He's like, I don't understand. I only see what you go through, but I don't feel what you go through. But at the same time, we as patients, we don't understand what they're going through, in a sense, either. What I mean by that is, my husband has had to watch me go through all of this pain, all these surgeries, all of it. And really, he can't do much to help, the physical aspect of it. And I know that tears him apart. And I can't imagine being in that position, because I've never been in it before. And so, we have to cut them some slack a little bit. not much. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, just make sure your communication is, open, and you both are on the same page, 100%, you know what each other means. Don't say one thing if you mean another, because, guys have a really hard time reading into those things that girls do. We all do them. We say one thing, we mean another, and it just confuses them. It really does. And they don't know what to do about it. But I guess, I guess when you are going through the difficult times, whether it be from the physical pain or, if you're dealing with something in your personal life, just any stressful situation, just allow yourself to, have a couple hours a day, just you time, to where you can relax and to where you can just focus on you and pamper yourself, really. It doesn't even have to be big things. The things I mentioned, the bath, the glass of wine or coffee. In my case, it's coffee. Just don't feel selfish in doing those things, because, your health, my health, that is my priority. Even in the stressful situations, I have to make sure that I don't get so overwhelmed that it's going to put me in the hospital because of all the pain, you know what I mean? And, if it gets to that point, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you need to go to the emergency room, then you go. By all means, go. Because you know your body better than anybody. I've had times where I just can't take it anymore, and I ask my husband, like, babe, we need to go. And he never hesitates. He will drop everything to take me to the emergency room when I ask him to. So, I mean, just, get to know your body. Know what, stress is going to do to you, just from past experiences you've had. So be prepared for those things. If you're going into a situation that's going to stress you out, be prepared for that, and make sure you take the steps that, you have planned out to make sure it doesn't, become a physical problem. And, if nothing else, talk to your doctor. If you need to talk to somebody, if you're alone, or if your significant other just doesn't get it, there's no shame in asking for help. Go talk to a therapist if that's what you think you need to do. Talk to your doctor, about, if you feel stressed out and anxious all the time, talk to your doctor. There are steps that can be taken to, alleviate that, if that's what you feel like you need to do. I don't want to sit here and tell you, this is going to work for every person, because we're all different. And what works for somebody might not work for another person. And so, I mean, your body, how you're going to react. So, like I said, it's really a judgment call. But, I mean, if you need to talk to somebody, you do it. If you need to, regroup with your significant other, just get back on the same page, you do that. If you need time by yourself, do that. Like I said, I can't tell you what to do, but these are just some of the things that you can do when those stressful times in life arise, because let's face it, they do way more often than we'd like them to. So, give me a thumbs up at the bottom. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. And that is my video for this evening. So, alright guys, I'll see you soon.